Ladies and gentlemen, from the official PlayStation reveal for Spider-Man 2's demo, had so much to unpack, it's insane. But it wasn't even just a trailer. They gave us over 10 minutes of jam-packed action for us to go ahead and unravel. From Spider-Man's symbiote suit that they're just going in on, from different abilities, talent tree options, swappable gameplay footage from Miles to Peter Parker. There's so much to go over, and I cannot wait to dive into that right now. So just starting off, they lead us in with Kraven and the new enemy faction, and how he's extremely disappointed about the competition that he's been dealing with, and they're looking for a little bit more of a challenge. So it looks like for them, the next step is going to be Queens, which is going to be a new playable open world area that I hope that they're just going to be attaching to the rest of the game that we received already in the past. And I do want to mention some key details here from the PlayStation blog itself. They started off by saying, setting the stage for our new gameplay reveal, Kraven's Hunters, a new enemy faction, are in pursuit for Dr. Connors, aka the Lizard, and Peter needs to stop him. We kick things off at Connor's home across the East River in Queens, one of all new playable and explorable boroughs we introduced in Marvel Spider-Man 2. And I love this opening scene that we start with here, with Spider-Man bursting through these basement doors, and he's already wearing the iconic black symbiote suit. But this is such an interesting scene right here, and you could tell that they're going in with how the symbiote suit's going to be reacting compared to other games, where it was usually just a standard black symbiote suit. Now you got the tendrils coming off of him. You can actually see Spider-Man's original suit underneath when he bursts through, and once he lands, you get that full picture of the classic Spider-Man, and then getting encased by what looks like armor from the symbiote. Absolute insane details going into this, and you could tell that they're really going to be going hard and trying to do justice to what this suit has been bringing to the table in the past. And right off the bat, you hear his attitude, you hear his voice, and this dude sounds pissed.
You have no idea.
Also, you're going to see in the bottom left-hand corner a spell wheel that's giving you all your different tendril abilities. And that's going to be going for Miles Morales and Peter Parker as well, as they're going to be sharing that same spell wheel to use all their special abilities. And as it opens, Senior Community Manager Aaron Jason Espinoza with Insomniac Games states, quote, "Beyond serving looks, our symbiote-bound hero has new tricks up his sleeve. We're no stranger to Spider-Man knocking heads, but never like this. He's much more aggressive, and punches certainly aren't being pulled. Aggrandized Spider-Man silhouette, slamming foes against hard surfaces, dealing no mercy to Kraven's Hunters. My advice, get cozy with the L1 button, because you're gonna love it." And that's interesting that they say that, because as you know in the past with the Miles Morales games, that's how you're gonna be accessing all of Miles Morales' powers, is that L1 button, so we're safe to assume that's gonna be the activation button when swapping spells with that wheel. And just with this opening scene alone, you're able to see a plethora of different abilities that you're capable of with the symbiote suit, and I wonder what other traps, foes, and contraptions Kraven's gonna be throwing at us moving throughout the game, as you see this mechanical dog leap on us. And we got more information with them stating, the super popular suit can strike fear in almost anyone who comes face to face with it, but Kraven isn't just anyone, and his highly trained hunters aren't afraid of a brawl. Fret not, new combat abilities can neutralize our new headstrong opponents with a little finesse. Strike back with aggressive parries to gain the upper hand, or cast a web to shunt enemies between a hard place and a harder place. You can also activate a classic dodge to get out of danger, but don't get too comfortable, because now some attacks can't simply be dodged and will require a parry to properly evade them. And that's beautiful. A simple additive to that dodge system is something just to make it a little bit more fluid and to keep you on your toes throughout the playthrough. So just another great thing to hear, that they're even adding on to the base of the game with adding a fluid parry system to go along with everything else. Our animators put the work in to deliver much more of an impulsive Peter Parker, fitting to the symbiote bonding to his person, without sacrificing his combat finesse, new takedowns, humble even to the most rugged enemies, and new combat animations pushes Spider-Man's limits. I'm absolutely loving how fluid and how much work they're putting into this black suit, because I just know we all have the same feeling and how we finally deserve like a fully fleshed out symbiote suit with abilities and all. And listen to this, in Spider-Man 2, we're putting respect on the black suit and giving it the story it deserves. In this installment, we're really delving into Peter's personal relationship with the symbiote and how it affects those closest to him. Boom. Say no more. This is gonna be a banger. And by the way, if you guys are enjoying this so far, smash the like button for me. Lets me know that you guys are just as hyped as I am for this. And I'm sure we're gonna have a ton of more information coming our way, so keep an eye out for that as well. Then next we see the prompt pop up to switch to Miles on the fly. Now I definitely feel like this is gonna be instant, just like we've seen in this gameplay trailer, but I wonder if it's just gonna be during certain storyline portions of the game, or are we gonna be doing that free flowing like whenever we want? I really think they're just gonna set it up for set story positions that you're gonna be able to swap, but that's something that's yet to be confirmed. But if I find anything out on that, or if you guys have any info, definitely leave it down in the comments. Then another huge update with the PlayStation blog stating, quote, first, get a glimpse at the near instant switching between both our playable Spider-Man. And if that wasn't enough, traversal gets a significant speed boost in Marvel Spider-Man 2. Cue the web wings, which can be deployed by either Spider-Man to move about the city swiftly and urgently. Use wind tunnels between skylines to move with haste, and behold the capabilities of the PS5 console's SSD as you soar above the concrete jungle, zipping past all manner of cars, buildings, and people. If you thought traversal in our first two games was exhilarating, just wait till you experience it firsthand in Marvel Spider-Man 2. Another one. Adding those web wings is something I was not expecting at all, and the fact that they confirmed you were going to be able to use this by both Spider-Man is another top-notch mention. They were just spewing the information out here on this one. So immediately following them web wings, we get our first glimpse of Miles Morales' new abilities, gadgets, and stealth mechanics that they're implementing in this game. And the PlayStation blog states, in Marvel Spider-Man fashion, players can approach encounters with stealth or Fists of Fury. Regardless of your approach, there are new gadgets and abilities that complement different playstyles. One of the new gadgets we're excited about is the web line, a new way to sneak around the environment to get the drop on enemies. Cast a line over a couple of hunters and watch as Spider-Man performs a dual takedown, a Marvel Spider-Man first. I feel like a web line is a perfect gadget for these guys to be adding to Spider-Man's kit. That's definitely something that they would be doing. It just fits them perfectly, and it's not too over the top. And they're just leveling up this game bit by bit, and just when you think it can't get any better, like his mentor before him, Miles Morales also has some new abilities and gadgets at his disposal. On the gadget front, we showed off the Web Grabber, a new gadget that pulls enemies together to an isolated spot that allows Miles to chain one of his new abilities, the Thunder Burst, unleashing an electrifying ground pound against grouped foes. And you also saw a glimpse of the Chain Lightning ability, which has a shocking radius of effect to any nearby enemies. Between Peter's new symbiote abilities and Miles' newfound blue bioelectric powers, each Spider-Man has their own unique set of skills that can be upgraded via all new individual skill trees. Our heroes share technology and train together too, so we also included a shared skill tree that offers parallel upgrades for both. Miles Morales in this game is bringing the heat. His new abilities look absolutely insane, but the blue lightning definitely begs the question on why his powers were yellow in the previous games and in the reveal trailer that we got. So I'm guessing that's something we're going to be going through earlier in the game, and maybe this is just going to be the new Miles Morales. And yes, you heard it correct, we are getting skill trees, talent points for each of our Spider-Men. Now I wonder if it's just going to be a separate leveling system for both. I know they said that there's going to be two separate, but a shared one as well, but I definitely wonder how they're going to go about separating the talent points and what we're going to have to do to increase each specific Spider-Man's talents. But either way, super hyped for that system. I'm glad we have something as in-depth as a talent system coming our way. We then see Spider-Man drop down with his symbiote suit again, really showing off the tendrils and the absolute detail that they're putting in with his black symbiote suit. And we get our confirmation on the Lizard himself, Dr. Connors. Working together, the Spider-Man must pursue Lizard and fight the hunters who seek his capture. Unfortunately for them, Kraven is well equipped. Boats, aerial transports, and weapons are all eyes on Lizard. The great hunt continues along the East River, one of the new areas you could traverse in Marvel Spider-Man 2, and the action is tight. Miles dismantles vehicles in his wake while Peter Parker leads the chase from afar. You'll seamlessly switch between both Spider-Man across a variety of story moments. In Marvel Spider-Man 2, we want players to bask in the iconic team-ups elevated by our signature set-piece moments and experience the story from the perspective of each Spider-Man. So I believe this is confirming in each specific storyline, you'll have your moment to switch between between each Spider-Man. And the lizard in this gameplay section looks like an absolute dinosaur. This dude's massive. And I love how you can tell that Peter Parker's got that chip on his shoulder, really hardcore attitude, as that symbiote suit is really changing the way he's speaking to his friends and loved ones. The only thing we didn't receive is a release date, but keep your head up for the fall of this year, as we know that they're still on point and they probably just don't want to make any changes and just want a solid release date when they're ready. But guys, thanks so much for hanging out. I hope you got just as hyped as I did when you seen this gameplay demo drop. Hit the like button if you like, subscribe if you're feeling froggy, and I will see you in the next one. Take it easy, guys.